Hey community, how are you? Jenenne Macklin here, transformation speaker, your wealth guide and catalyst. And I figured I'd just hop on here today. I always try and, I don't know what I try to do. Um, I just try to get here. I guess that's what I do. And I didn't get here yesterday and I felt a little bit bad about that. Um, Although I know I'm not perfect and the day was just going so fast. They seem like they're moving so fast. So today I just figured, just hop on. Uh, I like to be here in the mornings to hopefully give you some support, some focus for whatever you're going to do for the rest of your day. And but I may shift to the evening time. So today is Friday, and I put Friday fun, and then I put really. And I know we often don't think about who's going to have fun in the midst of a crisis, or how do you have fun in the midst of I don't even. Hopefully, I was on. How do you have fun in the midst of what seems to be the world going to hell in a handbasket? I think they used to say when we were growing up. And I can understand it could be challenging. I get it. I turned on the TV today. I always like to look at ABC because I love to look at the team there. And if you're looking at the news, it can just bombard you. I'm sorry. First, it's the people who are symptomatic. Now it's the people who are asymptomatic. So it's just everybody when they get through with it. So what I realize is that in the midst of it, we're going to be okay. So one of the first things I want to say to you today is you're greater than your circumstances, no matter what your circumstances are. I'm going to be talking to people in a couple of weeks about money, how to make some shifts with their money. But no matter where you are right now, you are greater than your circumstances, whatever your circumstances are. Many people cannot pay bills. Please do not give yourself a hard time about that. This is not the time. This is not the place that I should have, wish I had a, why didn't I? No. But I do want you to remember all that when I come to you with some freebies and some things that we can work on to position you better going forward. Just stay present and see how much fun you can really generate in your home. Now, let me say something. It's getting really lax because now we're back home for 30 days. And I suspect it may go a little longer. Please keep your children on a schedule. Don't have them getting up at 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning and go to bed at 11 or 12 o'clock at night. Because at some point, we will all be on some schedule. This world, as we know it, doesn't operate without some schedule. It may not be the same. It may not look the same. But we will be on a schedule. And it does you and your kids a disservice for them to be sleeping till 10, 11, getting up, running around the house, playing all day, and then going to bed at 10, 11 o'clock at night. Keep them in some structure. Keep them active inside and outside as possible. But I guess now to go outside, they need to put on their little bandanas. We've got some around here. We usually wear them on our head, but now we're going to put them across our face. But as much as possible, keep a structure in your home. And whatever it is you decide on, do that consistently. But in the meantime, you're greater than your circumstances. You have to know that. And listen to the news. I listened to the news for like 30 minutes today. I'm like, okay, I'm good. I'm done. I don't need to hear another thing. I didn't heard about the ships and I heard about the tests and people are getting better and it's going to be more numbers. We get all that. But what can you create in your house this day that would make each other smile? What can you create in your house this day that would make each other smile? My son's doing his schoolwork. I bother him sometimes during his work. But otherwise, it's Friday. I'm like, okay, what are we going to do tonight? What am I going to do to him tonight? If it's a pillow fight, if it's tickling, if it's, do anybody have the Uno cards from back in the past? Do you remember Go Fish? Do you have pillows for pillow fights? What do you have to bring fun in this moment? See, we get to decide how we're going to be in this moment. That's what you have to realize. If you look at the news and go on and on and on with that and talk to everybody about it and read everything on the internet about it and go on and on, how does that make you feel? Now, for some people, that's comforting. Hey, babe, come on in. For some people, that's comforting. Reading everything and knowing everything gives their brain something. It works for them. For me, it gets overwhelming. I just need to know the basics. That's what it is for me. So that's not where, oh, you want some of that? That's not where I'm putting my focus. But what could you do that could create some lightness in your home, some joy, some fun, some laughter? I mean, it's not the last days per se, but it may be the last days of the way we're used to doing things in the past. Turn on the oven, right? You like to heat up in the oven? Yeah. So how do you experience some joy, some laughter, some fun. Nobody said we couldn't have fun. Nobody said we couldn't tickle each other. Nobody said we couldn't have pillow fights. Nobody said we couldn't do those things that would bring our heart some joy. Who tells jokes in the family? Who does charades really well or not really well, but you can have fun at it with them? You know, this can feel heavy if you let it. This can just feel like something's weighing down on you, going down and down and down, and you can feel that sense of, oh my God, and what are we going to do, and what's going to happen? And there's so many people and whatever. What you want, babe? Listen, God is not in the business of not creating people and taking care of people. God is not in the business of saying, oh, well, my people are just out there on their own. I'm going to just let them be. That's not true. But we will have to grow. We do have to step into our courage. We do have to have faith. How are you going to exercise your faith if not in these times and these circumstances? How are you going to exercise your courage if not in these times and in these circumstances? Because normally we're on automatic pilot, going to work, coming home, going to the store, seeing the kids, the same routine over and over and over and over. Well, this gets to be what I call a reset. How do you want to reset you and your life? You know, there are things you said you wanted to do. Well, are you doing them? Because you are not your circumstances. What were those things? Tell me. Hashtag replay below. Hashtag these are my things. You wanted to write a book. You wanted to make a dress. You wanted to paint something. You wanted to clean out something. You wanted to build something. What was it that you wanted to do? Well, this is the time to do it. Because see, we do this. We're so used to the schedule that when something goes off, we just stop. And then when we stop, we're waiting to go back to that schedule. But what if we don't go back to that schedule? What if it's a completely different schedule that we have to end up living with? So why not in this moment? Because all we have is right now. All we have is this moment right here and right now. What are you doing with your now right now? How are you bringing some more joy into your life and into your family, to your home, to your kids, to yourself? I'm not going to sit here and look at news all day. I got Blackish on right now, but that's so old it doesn't even relate. So I'll do some work, holler with you guys, spend some time with my son, go sit outside, listen to the birds, go for the walk and get my exercise in. Cooking. Has anybody found a simpler way to get all the food cooked? I only have one, but you may have two, you may have three, or you may have four, not including yourself or your husband or your partner. Let me know if you have some quick ways of getting it done. What are the recipes you're fixing? What's some fun food that you could fix that normally you may be fixed for breakfast, that you could fix for dinner? Or normally what you would fix for dinner, you could fix it for lunch, where you change things up a little bit. And I know it can feel scary to realize that you are in control of what's happening in your house and with your family. Because it's been easier to put that responsibility maybe on someone else, or blame it on the government, or blame it on your boss, or blame it on your parents. But no, each and every one of us are totally and completely responsible for what's happening in our homes. And right now, the decisions we make. Don't think the decisions you make aren't powerful. Don't think they don't matter. If it's the decision that your house is going to be run this way, you're going to do this, and this. If it's that you're going to sit down and play games and cards, you're going to teach your kids different games that we played. Like I said, Go Fish, or any of the Uno cards, Monopoly games, Scrabble. That's what you get to do now. You can say, well, I don't have any of that, Jenenne. Go online. I'm sure there are games on there that you could probably print the sheets for them and make up your own chips, so to speak. Go get some rocks or something from outside and make your own chips. Be creative. Have fun. You may not get this time again where you're off. And I'm sorry for those of you who are off and not paid. But I'm hoping that some of you had sick time, you had vacation time, that you had paid into your 401k, that you had some money that you could pull out if you needed to. And if not, do me a favor. Right now, today, if you're that person that I just mentioned, you're sitting there saying, God, I wish I had done this. I wish I had done this better. I wish I had done this differently with my money or with my credit card, with my income tax. Write that all down on a piece of paper, okay? Because I want you to remember that. So when I come to you at a later point saying, hey, we're doing this program to shift this around money, or we're doing this to shift money mindsets, or we're doing this to help you have a better relationship with money, you don't then run in the other direction and say, oh, that's okay, I got it under control, when you don't. So once you write all that down, all that moaning, all that complaining, write it down on a piece of paper. Now go live your life. Because there's nothing you can do about it now. I'm on here continuously telling you, if you're in a situation where you got concern about your rent, reach out to your landlord, or your mortgage, reach out to your bank. Be patient and be pleasant, because we're all in this together. But in the meantime, how are you going to have fun? That's what I want to know. Is it that you make certain kind of bubbles or shakes or whatever in the house that people like? Is it that the kids get to cook and you get to clean? What do you do to lighten this? Because it can feel really, really heavy if you just stay in it, if you're constantly looking at the news, if you're constantly texting each other, if you're constantly on Facebook going back and forth. Oh, it's this theory. Oh, it's that theory. Oh, it's biowarfare. It's all of it. And what difference does it make in this moment right now in the house with you and your family, with yourself? Have you reached out to friends? Are you sending those texts to people saying, just thinking about you? What are you doing that could support someone else in addition to how you're going to have fun with your family? So let me know. I don't know if they still do potato races in the backyard or in the front yard, depending on where you live and what access you have to open space. But at this point, you can put on masks and dance in the middle of the street in some of the communities because we hardly have any cars going up and down our streets. I just want you to recognize that it's so easy to get caught in the trance of fear. It's so easy to get caught in the trance of, oh my God, what's going to happen next? Rather than stuck there on replay, why not recognize the power that you do have? And that is simply that you're bigger than your circumstances. And you're like, well, how's that happen? What's burning? Oh, the oven needed to be cleaned last night. How is that possible, Jenenne? How is that possible that I'm bigger than my circumstances? Well, because within you and all of us, there is a power and a presence that's greater than anything we're going through. We call it God. There's so many different names for this power and this energy, but it has not abandoned any of us on this journey. And I do believe that there are no accidents and there are no mistakes, that in all things, God is in it, through it, around it, over it, part of it. We get caught because we think it's supposed to look a certain way. We think that everything that happens in life is supposed to go nice and easy and that we shouldn't have too many bumps and we should just live our life. And that's the way we want it. We just want it to be smooth. But that's not what life is about on the planet. I really believe if you go back and look at the Matrix, it'll give you some sense of what we're going through as far as transformation is concerned. As far as transformation is concerned. It was like all the men in the black suits were trying to get everybody who was in their regular clothes to basically be the people in the black suits. No, we're still going to be powerful. We're still going to be individuals. We still can think. We can still make decisions. You can still plan. You can still create for yourself, for your life, and for your family. So why not be about what you can do something about, which is your life, your family, your home, your children, right here and right now. You can enjoy them. You can love them. You can tickle them. You can have take the plastic containers and empty them and have water fights with them and just have fun. You can turn to comedy and look at comedy and laugh. But I'm telling you right now, you're bigger than any circumstance that you may be dealing with. And the worrying about bills, there's not a whole lot to do. And when was worrying ever helping? I can remember when I was behind in bills and everything, and worrying just made me tired. Pick up the phone. Before you pick up the phone, say a prayer, meditate, chat, whatever it is that you do spiritually, and get yourself spiritually aligned. Before you make that call, already have in your mind what it is that you are willing to offer, what it is you want to do, what you would appreciate. And then boldly make that call on faith and being able to say, look, this is such and such, and I'm calling to see what we can work out regarding A, B, C, D, and E. Once you've done that, you're done. So then after you do that, please don't tell me after you do that, then you go back to worrying. You're done. So slip out of that and then step into what would be fun. It's too bad it's not hot, because then we could have water balloon fights. We could pull out slip and slides and all of that, but we're all freezing wherever we are. So give some hugs to each other. Make up some fun games that you can do. Surprise each other, sneak up on each other, whatever it is. Keep your kids in some structure. Because at some point they'll have to go back to structure. It's not like they're going to close schools and kids aren't going to go to school. That's not going to ever happen. So keep them in some structure until we're out of school in May. And in the meantime, tell me what you did for fun. What did you find to do that would be fun for you and your family? If it's a video series, movie series, what was it? I used to love the Minions. I still love the Minions. I love those little yellow people. I don't know what they were. But whatever it was that made the family laugh, I already put it in, that you enjoyed, that you could do together, do that. Turn the TV off. Can you? Turn the TV off and just enjoy the family. You are greater, you are bigger than your circumstance. But what determines that? It's all in here. It's all in here, what we think, and it's all in here in our heart and what we feel. That's how you find out that you're bigger than your circumstances. So you want to think positive thoughts. And today I'm saying think fun thoughts, because fun, laughter is a high vibration. It's a high energy, and we want to be in a high vibration. Laughing doesn't mean that we're not under difficult circumstances. Laughter just means in this moment, I'm going to have some fun. So see where you can create some laughter. Put some notes below for me to let me know, #replay, what you created. #replay. Did you make your calls? Do you need support or conversation around making your calls? And then after you made your calls and took care of that, if your students are in school, then let them be in school today. My son's doing his work in there in the living room. But as soon as it's off, if it's done, say, okay, time. Now let's go figure out what we can do to make some fun and have some fun. I'm Jenenne Macklin, transformational speaker, wealth guide and catalyst, just on this journey to give you some support, some inspiration along the way. Let me know if it makes a difference. Let me know what you're struggling with. I'd love to support you and inspire you. You are greater. You are bigger than your circumstances. You really are. Because if we lost every completely physical thing, we would still have the most valuable within us. It's not the things. It's what's within us that matters. It's what's within you that matters. So if you're anything like me, I've got to go soak off my nails, but I'll save that for tomorrow because I hear it's a long process. And accept all of who we are as we are. Our nails, our hair, what nails done, hair's done, everything done, you fancy now, that was just all for extra. They're just extra. Your nails aren't who you are. Your hair's not who you are. Who you are is greater than any of that. And now we get to see that and find out about that for ourselves. Have a great weekend. I may hop on tomorrow, see how you guys are doing. Let me know. Hit me back. #replay. Let me know you were here. #replay. What did you find fun to do? #replay. I need some help with what? And let me know. Have a good weekend. Bye for now.